Hey guys, it's your girl Tara Crush back with another review, and this time it is for If Loving You Was Wrong. I don't want to be right. Well, that ain't the whole title, but you know, If Loving You Was Wrong. But first, let me ask if you will hit my subscribe button so that you can be notified when I upload. Don't hit the bell if you don't want to be notified and you just want to check me out every now and then and you want to support a sister. Just hit the subscribe button. Don't hit the bell. Okay, so this show was actually way better than The Oval. I can honestly say that The Oval is my least favorite Tyler Perry show at this time. I don't know what he's going to come out with next because I know he's getting rid of a few shows, but The Oval, it better have a kick butt second season. That's all I got to say. Now, for this particular show, this one is pretty good and juicy. It's not too many moments for me. I don't like those, plausibility is my friend. I love plausibility throughout a script, and this one had quite a bit of plausibility. So the actual show starts out with Alex having hot monkey sex with Randall. Now, what we didn't know at the beginning was that they are not married. They are married to different people. But we can already see the dynamic of Randall not really caring about his marriage as much as Alex cared about hers. And I feel like Alex does care for Randall. I feel like she does love him, but she feels bad because she's got this husband that can see her do no wrong and that would never cheat on her. So she feels like terrible that she's developed these feelings for Randall or whatever. And then she finds out that she's pregnant. She tells her husband right away instead of, maybe talking with Randall first, because come to find out her husband had a vasectomy. So chances are that baby is not his. Now, and of course, she's going to hold on to that and, try to make it be his. Like, just because you say it's not his doesn't mean it's not going to be his. Now, you and your husband are white. Your side piece is brown. It's going to be real hard to tell, easy to tell if that's your husband's baby or not, because black babies have a look to them. And he going to know right away if that's his baby. And of course, I think Randall thinks it's his baby. She's saying that it's not. We'll just have to wait and see. And let me see, we got Miss Natalie. I like her little storyline. She's got the kids and she's got her baby daddy living with her. And her son was locked up, but she helped him to get out by saying that he could stay with her. She got him a job at the burger joint that she manages. And of course, he didn't listen to what she said. He did not lock the store up. And one of the street guys that used to be on the streets with him wanted him to actually start coming back to the streets, making that fast money. And he's like, nah, he's trying to be good. And so dude just basically broke into the restaurant hoping that would make him lose his job and he would have to come back to the streets, but he wasn't going to fall for that. And the burger joint's owner, of course, they stole $3,800 from the safe or whatever. And the restaurant's owner's daughter, basically, once he went out and got the money back, because he beat up Quan and took the money back and brought it back to the restaurant. Well, the daughter told the father about it, and he went on and decided to give him another chance at a job. So he definitely got rehired. Now we have Randall and his situation. His wife really wants to get pregnant. She keeps checking her ovulation. She keeps trying to have sex with him. He keeps blowing her off, telling her, no, I'm busy, I don't feel like it, when he just really wants to smash the neighbor. So that's pretty deep if you ask me. It's like she done got knocked up, and I think it's Randall's baby. And I'm going to tell you why. She done got knocked up and, wants to play the victim, but the whole time she knows that her neighbor wanted to get pregnant and have a baby. She knows that was her freaking friend. I didn't say effing. I didn't say the F-U-C-K word. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. So I thought that was pretty snakish of Alex, and for Alex to sit there and keep trying to live the lie. Like, no baby, you, ma'am, no. Because she was sitting there trying to figure out when she actually got pregnant. And she asked her husband about a 3-week trip he took. And he said it was 3 to 4 months ago. And the The doctor told you that you was 14 weeks along. How you didn't know that that fell within that time frame? Alex, was you just lying to yourself? You thought you could will and wish the melanin away from the baby? Because that's not what's going to happen. Um, and let's see. I think that I like Kelly's storyline with Travis. Now that was kind of crazy. She's calling him overseas, and he's catching an attitude. That would have been the end of our relationship right then. When he came to me talking about, oh, I'm out here trying to, save my life and protect people, and you calling me about a house, really? Oh, that would have been the end of our relationship. It wouldn't have took him to come all the way home for me to realize, oh, he's not for me. I'm just saying, she had hits and clues, and then she called back, and your girl answered the phone. Callista answered the phone. It's like, honey, who are you? That's what we would have said, in the real world. Like, who is this? Answer my man's phone. Like he yourn. So she definitely could have figured it out before she decided to sign for that house. I definitely would not have signed for the house without hearing what he had to say. And then this fool gonna come and get on his knee to ask her to be his friend for life. Oh no, you can't. You know what? Let me kick you in your balls right now. Don't worry about no kids. Don't even worry about it. Because we're gonna take that ability away from you right now. Here you are, raising my son as your own, and then you want to come back and catch religion. Not cool. And so then we have Eddie and Esperanza. Esperanza is not with Eddie. Eddie married another woman, married her for her money, and will not leave Esperanza alone. Basically trying to control her. Esperanza was dating a guy that she didn't know was actually in the cartels. And, Eddie being the big bully police officer that he is. And of course, his character actually aligns great with Justin. It's kind of crazy. Justin from They Have and the Have Nots. It's kind of crazy how they align with one another. But yeah, he's basically telling her that she can't be with him. He's still paying for the mortgage on her house, even though he doesn't live there. So he feels like he can control her. She's like, no. And he finds out who it is that she's dating, goes through all of her stuff, finds out this dude, and then starts following him. He pulls him over and actually shoots this man in the leg. Like, for no reason, just because he's dating his ex. Not even his girlfriend, his ex. Like, he was her first. They got together when she was 17. And so he feels like he owns her. And she's trying her best to just get away from him, but also having to face that she still loves him too, even though he's married to someone else, which to me is a lot. To be, in love with somebody, and he just wouldn't have that type of control over me. I would have changed my locks a long time ago. And I just don't get these women that allow these men to do what they don't want them to do. Like, no, open your mouth, say what you want. If you've taught him one way, it's time to teach him another way. He needs a new lesson because he thinks he can walk all over you. Absolutely not. Not me, not now, not ever. So he shoots this guy not knowing who he shot. She finds out that he's cartel and tries to warn Eddie, and he doesn't believe him. He ain't. He's just trying to scare you so that you can scare me so that y'all can be together, and I ain't letting that happen. He's just being a total jerk. He's the type of police officer that pulls up on drug dealers and robs them, takes their stuff, and then lets them go. So he actually did that with Lucius in the car, and Lucius is I keep forgetting her name. Lucius is Natalie's baby daddy, the one he stayed with, the one whose son was in jail. And he robbed Quan and his friends of some stacks and some cocaine. And of course, he's on cocaine, so he's doing the cocaine right after he leaves the scene. Like, dude. And then got mad at Lucius for not wanting to get high with him. Like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't know. And I'm clean. I don't want your money either. So, of course, Quan felt like he was part of the lift when they put him over. So now he's basically making him come up with the money to pay him back because he owes other people. And he can't be on them because they ready to kill him. So he's trying to get his money back. And then we have, let's see, who haven't I talked about? Oh, I thought it was really, really cute when Travis showed up at Kelly and basically told her he wanted to have sex. She finally let him in, and they did the sex. And then the next day, she said, "Are you?" Her friend asked her, "Was she okay?" She was like, "Yeah, he the one left out of here sucking his thumb." I said, "You better, girl. Go Kelly, go Kelly." So basically, okay, so Randall and Alex are carrying on behind, their spouses' backs. And he actually, like, when she keeps trying to break it off, he keeps pushing himself on her. And at one point, he was like, okay, we can break it off. And he saw that she was in the kitchen window and started having sex with his wife really, really hard. Like, dude, he was crazy. And then when her husband showed up, he didn't stop looking at him. I'm like, dude, why are you still looking this way when you know he's right there? He's going to be offended. And y'all supposed to be best friends, or really, really good friends. So, of course, her husband's dumb. He's dumb. I'm going to say he's dumb because when she wasn't in the bed that night, when her daughter came asking where she was, and he looked in, she said she was in the bathroom, and he looked and the toilet seat was still up, you're a liar. And she should have been confronted right then, but he's just looking at the fact that she would never do this to me. Oh, yes, she would, and she did. So that whole storyline, just them going back and forth, was just like a bit much for me, especially with her, because she's cussing him out one minute and then in the shed the next wanting to be made love to. It's like, honey, you need to figure this thing out, honey. And when Brad kept asking her all them questions, I was like, oh Lord, he gonna kill you, girl. Girl, you better die. I would have been like, no, he's tiny. You too big for me. That's why I don't be wanting to have sex with you. You way too big. I would have lied through my teeth, like, no, 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 no. She done gave this man D's and F's and gave this man 3 A's. Like, who does that? Like, really, who does that? No wonder you didn't want him to see your calendar. He was like, what is the D and the F meant? That's for you. Terrible sex, Brad. Terrible sex. So we ended this first half, and I only went through episodes 20 because that seemed like the cutoff point. In that cutoff, we saw Eddie, who got shot, several times because he's been basically the Quan guy was told by the cartel that he needed to get rid of Eddie. Since Eddie is the one that took his money, he needs to go and get it back from him, and he needs to kill him. Actually, he don't have to give it back. They said if you kill him, keep the money, because he wants him dead anyway. And the only reason why he hasn't killed him is because his father said no. And his father was leading the cartel, but now his father's in the hospital with cancer. He's like, yeah, take him out. I don't give a damn. Take him out. So Eddie gets shot 5 times, but only 2 penetrate his bulletproof vest. So he leaves the hospital, goes to Esperanza, and has this whole come to Jesus moment. Like, who am I? What have I done? Who have I become? And yeah, you are a jerk. You are terrible. You are racist. Very much so racist. The stuff you be saying, the stereotypical stuff you say, yeah. Who are you, bruh? Because she said you was a nice and kind person. I just hope you know she's not white. She is Hispanic. So how you gonna like some and not all? I don't understand that. Let me see. Making sure I didn't miss nothing. Tiffany Haddish's role is very, very funny in this show. I like it a lot. So it's a lot of people that are going to be added to the cast, it looks like. So I'm just getting started on this thing. So I hope y'all stay with me. And when I get to the final season, the way I do it is I try to do them one season at a time. If it's too many episodes, I will break the season in half because I forget stuff. And, continue that way. So the next one will be for the second half of the first season. But I also didn't want to fail to mention that her baby came out black. And they was like, oh my God, how's she going to tell Brad? And he walks up, tell Brad what? They're like, yeah, so it should be getting juicy when I go back to the TV. So I should be back to you guys, I don't know, maybe before the weekend's out, because I pretty much binge. So as soon as I can, I will be back with the second video. And again, I do thank you guys for watching. That is my $5.02 for now. Peace.